Good afternoon. Call to order this meeting of the Pasadena Independent School District Board of Trustees in special session on Tuesday, December the 17th, 2024, in the boardroom of the Administration Building, 3920 Mickey Gilley Boulevard, Pasadena, Texas, at 12 noon p.m. Board members present, Mr. Kenny Fernandez, Ms. Crystal Davila, Mr. Marshall Kendrick, Ms. Nelda Sullivan, and me, Casey Phelan. Board members absent is Ms. Vicki Morgan and Ms. Paola Gonzalez. Let the record indicate that a quorum of board members is present, that this meeting is duly called, and that notice of this meeting was posted in accordance with the Texas Open Meetings Act, Texas Government Code Chapter 551. The invocation this afternoon will be given by Mr. Kendrick and the pledges by Mr. Fernandez. Please stand with me.
Pray with me. Father, we come to you on this beautiful day, thankful for all the blessings you've given us. Thank you for the way you've watched over our district and our employees, our students, and our community. Thankful for the many blessings of life that sometimes we don't even know we're getting. We know we're a season that we're here to celebrate and worship the greatest gift ever given to mankind. We ask that you'd be with all of our employees and families, administrators, teachers, everyone in our district, that you would bless them during the holidays, that you keep them safe, to have wonderful relationships regained again, and just praise your name for the blessing of life. And be with our country. We pray for its success. We look forward to a new year with much hope and much vigor. Now forgive us where we failed. In your name we ask it. Amen.
Pledge to the record flag. I
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, the republic for which it stands.
Texas flag.
Honor the Texas flag. I pledge allegiance to thee, Texas, one state under God, one and indivisible.
Which brings us to public comments according to the policy BED local related to items on the open session portion of the agenda, 30-minute allotment. There are no public comments. We will adjourn to closed session pursuant to Texas Government Code sections 551.071, 551.072, and 551.074. We will reconvene in open session as soon as possible. Thank you. Okay, we're going to reconvene in open session at 12:08 p.m. Move straight to the special recognition presented by Dr. Kirk Lewis on behalf of the Education Foundation.
Well, Dr. Lewis is not here. He was taking care of some personal medical things that turned out great, but we do have someone here to represent the Education Foundation. Today's a special day to recognize a special person in our lives, and the McDonald's Invitational Committee recognizes an individual, as you know, each and every year for his or her volunteer service. This year's Barry Harris Extra Effort Award will be presented to an individual who has shown incredible commitment over the many years the tournament has been in place. So on behalf of the McDonald's Invitational, the Education Foundation, and we're going to have Art Del Barrio come up and present the award this year. So take it away, Art.
Bring us down. Okay. Kirk Lewis, the chair of the McDonald's, members of the board. Kirk Lewis, the chair of the McDonald's Texas Invitational Steering Committee, had planned to be here today, but he had a medical procedure yesterday that prevents him from being here. He asked me to fill in for him. Each year, more than 300 volunteers work together to make the McDonald's Texas Invitational Basketball Tournament a success. Some volunteer their time during the 3 days of the tournament. Some work year-round to ensure that all the many moving pieces come together to make the McDonald's Texas Invitational one of the best high school basketball tournaments in the state and nation. At the end of the tournament, each year, the McDonald's Texas Invitational Steering Committee recognizes an individual who puts in extended efforts and hours to ensure the smooth operation of the tournament. Tonight, the steering committee would like to recognize Bruce Stone. As the 2024 recipient of the Barry Harris Extra Effort Award. Through the many years of this his involvement in the McDonald's tournament, Bruce has been the individual that we went to for every design element introduced in the tournament. This includes logos, t-shirt designs, program covers, posters, and he assists in the production of almost every printed and online document associated with the tournament. In addition, he administers our tournament webpage and app, updating information on a regular basis throughout the year. During the tournament itself, Bruce updates scores and bracket development in our tournament app until late hours of each evening. If you're a spectator or a casual observer of the McDonald's Texas Invitational Tournament and see how smoothly it runs, it is in many ways because of the detailed work that Bruce does in getting the information out about the tournament prior to and during the 3-day event. Our chair, Dr. Kirk Lewis, says that he will call or text Bruce at unusual hours of the day asking for his help in getting material produced or uploaded onto the webpage or app. And Bruce is always accommodating and gets it done without complaint. It would be one thing if the tournament were his full-time job, but it is not. Bruce does much of his tournament work from home and on weekends. We cannot thank him enough for the years of extra effort on behalf of the McDonald's Texas Invitational Tournament Committee. In recognition of his extra effort, the steering committee of the McDonald's Texas Invitational is delighted to present Bruce Stone with the 2024 Barry Harris Extra Effort Award.
So well deserved, and I see Bruce's family is here as well. So if y'all don't mind staying standing for just a minute so we can recognize you. Thank you. And then we have members of our tournament committee that are here that make this decision and help with the tournament. So I'm going to make y'all stand up as well. I see Linda back there. See others. All right. Thank you. Thank you. Awesome group. It was a huge success this year and has been for so many years. In fact, this last week we did the prize parade. We gave out a record-setting $410,016. It ended up being $416,000 to teachers across the district at over 40 campuses. So way to go, Education Foundation and tournament volunteers. And that is all we have for special recognition today. I think that was pretty special.
Absolutely. Thank you. Any other comments? Okay, well, it takes us to the personnel section of the agenda.
Mr. President, I move that we approve addenda items A.
Second.
Motion by Ms. Davila, second by Ms. Sullivan. Forget where I'm at. Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. Go ahead.
We have approved Kelsey Loprad for the position of Nutrition Services Operations Coordinator in Shell Nutrition. Kelsey, are you here? Okay. Do you have any family and friends with you?
Awesome.
Nice. We're excited to have you here in Pasadena ISD.
Welcome.
Congratulations. Okay. Consideration possible approval of the cooperative agreement with the University of Texas Health. Let me stop for a second. You don't have to stay if you don't want to. You're more than welcome to leave, but if you want to stick around and hang out for this, you're more than welcome to. We'll let you slide out the doors.
Going to be a real party. We're talking about calendar.
Yeah. It's riveting. Okay. Consideration possible approval of the cooperative agreement with the University of Texas Health and Science Center of San Antonio and Pasadena Independent School District for the clinical intern placement.
So moved.
Motion by
Second.
Mr. Fernandez, second by Ms. Sullivan. Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. Action items. Consideration possible approval of the campus comprehensive support and improvement plans for the 2024-2025 school year.
So moved.
Motion by
Second.
Mr. Kendricks, second by Ms. Sullivan. Discussion. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. Consideration possible approval of the campus improvement plans for the 2024-2025 school year.
So moved.
Motion by Ms. Sullivan,
Second.
second by Mr. Fernandez. Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. Consideration possible approval of the district improvement plan for the 2024-2025 school year.
Second.
Motion by Ms. Davila, second by Ms. Sullivan. Any discussion?
I just want to point out that Scott Harrell does the lion's share of a lot of the work here, so he's in the back there, but thank you for getting this all organized and put together for us.
Thank you, sir.
It's not just a document, it's a living, breathing,
Moving.
strategizing plan for each and every campus in our district.
Yes, ma'am. Any other discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. Consideration possible approval of an interagency cooperation contract with the Harris County Department of Education to support speech and debate program opportunities.
So moved.
Motion by Ms. Sullivan, second by Mr. Fernandez. Discussion? Any opposed? I'm sorry, all in favor? Any opposed? Motion carries. Consideration possible approval of board resolution for the designation implementation of non-business days for purposes of the Texas Public Information Act for the 2025 calendar year.
So moved.
Motion by Ms. Sullivan, second by Mr. Fernandez. Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. Consideration possible approval of the 2025-2026 academic calendar and designation of waiver days for professional development.
So moved.
Motion by Mr. Fernandez, second by Ms. Sullivan. Discussion.
So board members, as you know, each year we take this back and forth to DEC. We put it out to the community, to the entire staff. Just to give you some common themes that were asked for, this year we came back on the same day, teachers and administrators. Wah, wah. That was not popular. So different dates for teachers and administrators to start. They talked about a longer fall break, in before Memorial Day, and more planning time. So those were some of the themes or priorities. When we put it out for a vote, after a lot of discussion and comparison, the staff voted 73% for calendar 3, 9% for calendar 2, and 17% for calendar 1. When we put it out to the community, we had a fair response rate for the district our size. Calendar 3 got 47%, calendar 2 got 28.5%, and calendar 1 got 24.5%. So calendar 3 was the clear winner. It just wasn't as significant as the staff, but they were the clear winner in both. There is an exchange day opportunity, which is very aligned with other districts. So we're going to come up with the guidelines and expectations and bring those back to you. But just to give you an idea, they would be able to earn staff development hours. These are contracted teachers outside of the regular work day and contract days, like on evenings, Saturdays, other coursework for PD, and to exchange for the days that we designate. So that would be a limited number of days, and we'd have clear guidelines and expectations that you have seen before it's ever implemented. So just letting you know that's aligned with other districts, but we have to Pasadenafy it and make sure it makes sense and legal look at it and all those things. So that will be brought back to you.
Outstanding. Any other discussion?
I have a question. When it comes to June 19th, that is a federal holiday. Was that considered, or is it in the discussion to put eventually in the calendar school year?
So it's in June?
19th.
So
Yeah.
that would be during summer school. So we have not planned the summer school calendar yet. So we'd have to look at that during that planning process. We were just trying to get the calendar school
the
year
school-
taken
okay.
care of. Because of budget being earlier, we have to have a calendar ready earlier for our school year per se. So we can look at that during summer school planning.
Any other discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. Consideration possible approval of the 2024-2025 Texas Education for Homeless Children and Youth Grant Award in the amount of $63,356. Motion by Mr. Fernandez, second by Ms. Sullivan. Any discussion?
How many students do we have?
Well, we
in
have
this?
Natesy here. So can you come to the microphone and tell how many students are in our program for homeless? Do you have that number on the top of your head? Currently?
I'm sorry.
Sorry, we have to have a record of it.
We currently have 580 students identified right now,
180.
and that's just with McKinney,
580.
Oh, 580.
and that's currently just with McKinney-Vento. Right now, currently, we have about 20% hotel, about 10% shelter. Remember that we have in our district 2 shelters, Sarah's House and also the Bridge, and the remaining will be doubled up.
So there is criteria that,
Correct. Hotel, shelter, doubled up, or inadequate. And we do actually have students that are living inadequate, meaning like living in a car temporarily, and then where we assist them to get into a shelter. Mhm. And we thank you for approving our grant. We'll be helping our highly mobile students.
Thank you. Any other discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. Consideration possible approval of the memorandum of understanding between the Pasadena ISD and City of Pasadena for outdoor warning siren installations.
So moved.
Motion by
Second.
Ms. Sullivan, second by Ms. Davila. Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. Consideration possible approval of final change order number 001 for the 2022 Bond LED lights at high school turf fields project in the credit amount of $127,560.
So moved.
Motion by Mr. Fernandez, second by Ms. Sullivan. Discussion? We will take the credit. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. We stand adjourned at 12:24 PM.